faster. Fast fashion wouldn't even be as hurtful if it was used with the right materials. You know, we've been of like, yeah, faster, better, whatever. If we're gonna do that, it's just not gonna sustain itself. It's not gonna sustain itself.
Who uses paper anymore? I just use the paper app on my iPad. I have an infinite
Which
paper.
version of iPad?
iPad Pro.
How many did you have before that? Because at one point it got old and tired and used, and you had to get a new one with the paper and pen edit.
No, actually, I still have all of my old stuff that I use until they make it completely obsolete, where I can't do anything. Which they've done that on.
It will. It's designed to. Cameron, is it okay if I vape my nicotine in here? They're just the silliest uses.
This is a Alienware PC from like 2010, and
Are we talking about this monitor device computer?
behind the computer
The
behind the
actual
monitor,
computer?
the actual
Yeah.
computer. Well, the monitor is super old too because it doesn't even have any new ports to connect to. I have to adapt it to.
The thickness of it tells me it's old, but in the screen, but
Yeah.
it looks like a robot.
Yeah, but the actual computer is from like 2012, and it's barely holding up for what we needed to do, but it's working. I paid like $50 for it. They said the
Yeah.
hard drive was bad on it, and I have 100 spare hard drives at the house. So
My newest piece of technology is definitely my iPhone 13, and it won't download the newest updates. Before that, my newest piece of equipment was probably my T5 Canon T5.
my XR.
I have a PlayStation 2.
It's the U2 edition.
I should bring a PlayStation 2 over. And
We
y'all
have
can
one.
Stream. Oh, okay.
We're
I
streaming.
should
We're
bring
streaming on GameCube,
Okay, I should bring my guitars over.
so we can do Guitar
And
Hero.
my 8 different Guitar Hero.
The problem with Guitar Hero
Yeah.
is
The back.
the music.
Not the same as this.
Monetization issues and copyright. So if we're trying to Guitar
I get
Hero
it.
Aerosmith,
You know that the Eagles is the highest cost for copyrights?
yeah.
True Love took probably 5 years of me begging to get a karaoke pack of the Eagles. And I think the last time I sang One of These Nights was 2 years ago. I bet.
Well, you can get like non-copyrighted versions of the song.
But I, as a fan of the Eagles, like, will not be participating in that. My dad had like the DVDs of them performing, and the one I liked the most was the gold whatever, and it was like after they were all sober, and I don't know, it just gave me like, as a younger child, like an emotional to the Eagles. And then the crazy part is I still cannot name any of the artist names.
Oh,
Doesn't that suck? To be known by a collective and not an individual.
star.
What do you do? What do you play? What's your genre?
Rock.
Everything. I actually have 2 songs on YouTube Music.
All those are his cover arts.
Not
Your room's
mine.
sick. Your memorabilia is great.
That's all mine.
Whose is it?
It's cover art for the Revenge Business, which he was the main guitarist in. Probably the
This is
best.
a cool name.
Probably the best performer of all. But yeah, he played for the one of the Silky's Invasions, 2 of them, right?
Just one, because
Just
the
one.
other one, remember, they already had somebody scheduled.
Oh yeah, that's right. But they got to play for the Revenge Business, and I set it up to where nobody knew that we had them as the band, and so they were playing at Barnett's back when Barnett's was good,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody's walking up, and
You're an angel.
and we had Cameron do the electric version of the Star Spangled Banner, and like everybody cried.
At
It was
Barnett's?
beautiful at Barnett's
It was
as
giving-
we're
it was
walking
giving
up.
Jimi Hendrix Woodstock.
Yes, 100%.
Like chills.
That's
and-
what we had discussed before, and like I didn't tell anybody that we were doing this, except for me
Yeah.
and Cameron discussed it, so it was a surprise to everybody.
It's really
Brought
cool.
everybody to tears. I saw that everybody was coming up to her. Oh, that's your husband? That was so amazing. Like,
You know, the collective feeling of like whatever y'all were feeling at that time. It's got a name to it. It's called collective effervescence, and that's like when a group of people feel, I guess, deeply. Usually in music, it's like kind of how some churches can get you when it's like gospel time, and you're like, even. Anyways, I went to church my whole life, but yeah, it's called collective effervescence when everyone feels strongly emotionally towards. Anyways, I mean, what's crazy is I forgot I had to, and
she's a Southern Baptist. I don't know why she hangs out with me. That sounds like a very white robes. She's from Crawford. We don't like your kind, boy.
You know where the way to town is? Back to where you came. Now, I gotta figure out what because he just used the gray balls. He didn't even use ultra balls in college. But he used Raichu. What? Way to go.
Way to go. All the way outside.
No.
My bad. I don't think I've seen that one yet.
It just came out yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Literally just came out yesterday. And I was like watching before he got here. And
That's hilarious.
I watched this guy. He really looks something uneasy.
Well, yeah, he probably also didn't show you the 30 times he did it.
Oh, well, his Raichu was over 49. That's the other problem.
No, I don't think that matters. He probably.
He used Thunder Wave and paralyzed.
Oh.
Paralyzed him. And then the Thunder, and then Zapdos did Thunder Shot, not very effective. And then he did Thunder Wave, he did Quick Attack. And then Thunder Shot again. He kept doing Quick Attack. He didn't get him all the way down either. Well, and he was using potions to bring back up too. And he paralyzed him with Thunder Wave. Okay. So, he just kept using potions.
Can you paralyze him and put him to sleep?
I don't think you can both. I don't think so. I was saying that there's go back, but he was just using potions to bring back up.
Thank God for having me. I truly was about to do night 2 of just like put something on TV, scroll on TikTok, not really absorb anything.
So this is what it looks like on mainstream. I used to have a virtual background removal tool, but since they upgraded to a paid version, it doesn't work as well as it used to. So
I
that
put
really pissed
myself
me
at the
off.
beach.
And then we have. Let's see. this one as my vertical for streaming to TikTok and YouTube Shorts.
YouTube Shorts will be the death of me.
What? I don't like YouTube Shorts.
I have an aversion to them because my ex would like purely that was his like doom scroll is like YouTube Shorts, and like some of them are cool. It was like Lord of the Rings lore or like, you know, some like ancient aliens type, you know, stuff.
Yeah,
But then the other stuff was just like,
that's the canvas for YouTube Shorts.
you know, those videos that are like not quite far enough to have an actual wolf on screen, but it's like alpha dog. In order to become the leader, you must be broken down time and time again.
Andrew Tate stuff.
Yes, and you know, unfortunately, I see where some of it, because he was ex-military as well. You know, like I see where some of it is. That is a mindset that y'all were literally taught and to withhold through that time for years. Is like that kind of like. But it's just a Tuesday morning. There's no need to break yourself down again and again. No one's your friend. It's just you at the end of the day. Watching it next to your like girlfriend.
100% true.
Well,
It's funny because somebody made a
I'd love to hear why you think that's true.
somebody made a meme about it too, and they were like, yeah, you know, the way that I found out that there was a difference between men and women was their motivational channels, right?
Yeah, ours is lifting us up and y'all's is tearing you down.
A woman's motivational channel is, oh, you're a queen, everybody's a 10, you're so beautiful,
Well,
everybody's
no.
beautiful, you
No.
guys are gonna do so great.
No.
And then a men's motivational channel is, you're a piece of shit, you fucking
Yeah.
dumbass, you need to get off your ass and start fucking working harder because you're
Right.
just the biggest piece of shit in the world.
And here's the thing: there's two sides
And I
of
know
the
those
coin.
are way over
There's
exaggerated.
two sides of the coin on both genders because I also have got a lot of men's uplifting stuff on my feed because of the things I like to send my male people in my life, and there's two sides of the coin with each of them. There's some women's inspirational stuff that's like, you're the main character. You're the baddest bitch ever, and no matter what you do, your shit does not stink. It smells like roses. Like, sure, okay, but that's not really coming up on my feed. like that is a that's an ego stroke provided by the internet, and that's why people feel comforted by that, because it's not giving you my kind of stuff that pops up on my feed is like, hey, you sack of shit, you can decide not to be a sack of shit. If it's gonna say anything negative, it'll follow up with a how to make that a positive, you know? I think it's the same with men's. And I think the male content that is not in a toxic form, there's a lot more recently, and like past, probably since COVID, when men were at home sitting with their thoughts and like seeking other ways to deal with stuff like that. Mental health was put at a forefront. I think probably before 2020, yeah, it was more of the wolf alpha. But you can totally find the not that. It's out there. People care about men.
I don't see.
Y'all cared about.
I don't see any difference for what you're saying that there's a difference in.
What do you mean?
In like the men's stuff.
So one saying that like you must be broken down over and over,
100%.
and like whatever is.
They're both
do you
saying. They're
think
both saying that.
is the same as a separate one saying.
The toxicity
it's
comes in how
okay.
it's received.
And as a non-man, my perception is only mine. One though is you have to be your nose rubbed in the shit to learn, and the other one is, hey, everybody is like, there's no need to defecate not defecate, yeah, almost shit yourself, defecate on yourself in order to get the same gains and mental growth. One is like, you must be broken down to nothing, and that's the only way you'll learn. And the other one's like, hey dude, no, start learning before you hit rock bottom. You don't have to get, it's okay to have positive and loving surroundings, because it is there if you so wish to.
Yeah, that
make
all,
that a
all that
priority.
all that's fine and dandy. That's great. And
How are
and
those the same?
It's 100% okay. But have you ever heard the term, it's better to be a warrior in a garden
Yep.
than a gardener in a
Yep.
war?
My ex said that one yep, I know. Yeah, right. Right. And it's also okay to be
it's-
a warrior who likes to garden.
That's why it's better to be a warrior in a garden. So the difference between toxic masculinity and everything else is that warrior chooses to be a gardener because he doesn't want to see war anymore, right? But he had to go down on the dirt and figure out how to be a warrior and how to do all this bad stuff before he could be comfortable being a gardener
Right.
and know that anybody that approached him, he could handle what he needed to do. And he also knows and has the wisdom that he doesn't have to fight everybody to do anything. He only fights when he gets pushed to it. That's why it's better to be a gardener in a war, or a warrior in a garden, than a gardener in a war. Because if you're a gardener and you've never pushed yourself to the limits, you've never been pushed to the limits, you don't know what you're capable of. And that's why everybody thinks violence is toxic masculinity. And I forget who he is, but there's another guy.
Women participate in violence also.
Yeah, 100%. But women also will beat you down verbally and mentally.
Men
before.
also do that.
They do too, but I'm just saying it's more common for women to do it.
My roommate's a spitter, dude.
So
Listen.
that's personal experience
Right.
versus statistical.
Right, personal experience, right. So as a gardener in the garden, who is aware of war, who has never been, I've been blessed to not be in the face of war, I still would rather, my personal experience, something you said just a moment ago was like, a warrior knows about war and then chooses to garden or something like that. I don't know, something along those lines. I mean, I'm a gardener who knows about war and has been around interpersonal wars my whole life, and I still have never chose to act physically, and I still would consider myself a warrior. Even though physical aptitude has never been taken into occurrence, if you were to put my life out in an audiobook,
So it's not about.
I'm a warrior too, right. What I was getting at is why I think everyone should have a dichotomy of warrior and gardener, because God didn't put the people on the land to tend to the land and then also have war. We do that shit ourselves. Both are right now present, but like, I'm just trying to get across, like, your personal belief is warrior choosing gardening, and I'm gardener who wishes I could, plant the seeds further into war. Is that realistic? No. But you can't say one is more important than the other.
I didn't.
You didn't say those exact words. This whole thing started with the videos of, like, which you said there was no difference, but now you're saying there's a clear difference between warrior and gardener. How do those videos feel the same to you when you see the uplifting or the fucking degrading? Like, how do those feel the same to you? Because as a man, you just have to get it done either way.
Well, that, but also there's a certain path. Okay, so you said you're a gardener who's seen war. Well, no, that you're a warrior. Now, from what I'm hearing in this conversation, you think there's a difference between physical warrior and mental warrior, which physical and mental is different. But you're a warrior in your own standpoint of being able to mentally combat all this stuff.
I can opt out of physical with my mental.
Yeah, but that's just not here or there. One, that's always in majority scheme society, today's society, Western civilization, whatever you want to call it, that's always been seen cowardice for men,
I know.
right? Now, for women, it's not so much, but that's also how women help in wars, right?
Right. What if we all
So-
just started using our brain? You know what's attractive for women these days? Not the guy who can beat up the next guy at the bar. It's the guy who...
Bullshit.
No, not bullshit. I'm a woman. How are you speaking on that? Cameron, how'd you get your wife? Did you go beat someone up for her?
Because he's over 6 foot tall and he's got a huge cock.
Listen, you can have all that and still not be desirable. You can have all that and still not be desirable.
It worked for him, so.
I'm just saying, your wife seems like a sweetheart. I bet if you're just beating everybody up willy-nilly, going to war every day. I don't know, maybe she is, I don't know her, I just make all.
So
Well, I think I was the only military person, a non-military person she knew. So maybe that was.
You're not military? I did assume, just because you're friends with Jacob.
What?
I'm
Kong's not
Everybody
military.
is, everybody's
Kong's
fucking
not military.
Who?
Kong?
Oh yeah, I knew that. He's sweet baby.
Well, my family was in the military, but I wasn't.
My family was in military. I'm German.
Me too.
Yeah? What's your last name?
Well, Lovell was my name, but
Yeah.
my mom's main name was Meyer.
Meyer. I'm a Westerfield, which used to be Westerfield.
Because my great grandfather came over at the turn of the century.
Dude.
So we're super young here.
Dude, me too. I am okay. Crazy thing, dude. Maybe we're related. That'd be so fun. My great, however many greats grandpa was just a young lad with ringworm, and he was looking for a way to pay for some medication for it. And he got on this boat and hired on this boat, and the guy was like, "Well, we're going to America. Hope that's okay." And he was like, "Dude, yeah, sure." He gets here and he starts working on a cow farm, a dairy cow farm. And then he elopes with the boss's daughter. I'm related to Bluebell ice cream people. Okay, how many people need to... Anyways, yeah. Now here we are and we have a whole book on it. Ringworm brought my family here.
Hell yeah.
Isn't that sweet?
That's crazy.
That's so sweet.
It's pretty badass.
I like that it's documented. Not everybody
I love
gets the
Bluebell.
documentation.
I don't have the activation. I got stories though.
Yeah, right.
My great grandpa.
Is this the red one?
Yes. It's actual Pokemon Red.
Can I say something? This is the only one I ever owned, ever. It was black, and then I had a pink Game Boy Advance.
There's the clear Game Boy over
That
there.
was the only one I ever owned.
Did you see it on the counter? The Game Boy Color?
Oh, I
On the
never
desk.
had one of those. I just had the black right after that. The still oblong, and then the pink
Advance?
kind of see-through one. And then my Nintendo 64
Fuchsia.
controllers, they were like the clear pink and the clear purple.
Yeah, there's a 64 right there. An aftermarket NES.
What, if you want to check out any of my PlayStation 2 games ever, I've got just a bunch of them, dude. I'm not sure all of them work.
If you want to bring them over.
Wait, how many controllers are there here?
I have to listen to
I have a third, but the start button's fucked, but, I can...
You don't need a start button for most
Yeah,
of the games,
yeah.
right?
As,
As long
especially
as
if you're
one of
third
the
player.
start- yeah.
Especially if you're third player, yeah. Dude, I can tell you, I've got, like...
I'm on PlayStation 2 games here.
Yes.
One of those doors.
See. We have about the same amount.
And I have a couple. I think I have like 3 or 4 inside because my PlayStation 2.
So you have like the more manly ones. I have like, little boy ones. Spyro. I just forgot all of them. You've seen.
It's alright.
I got like
Yeah,
Spyro
because
and
I was when I had PS2.
Clone
I was
Wars.
already on the back end, so I bought like all the. And plus, I was already like out of high school. When I had
Yeah, dude. No, I came into my collection within the past 4 years. I used to have a PlayStation 2 as a kid, and then one of my friends said they needed to get rid of it. He gave me his PlayStation 2. It's got lightning bolts on the top of it, dude. It's sick. 2 guitars and like 8 Guitar Heroes and probably like 15, 16 other games that honestly I kind of feel like a loser when I play them by myself at home because the graphics are so terrible and like it's anyways.
I had a Sega Genesis as a kid, and that's the only console we bought until the Nintendo 64 came out, and we got it as a Christmas gift.
Yeah, mine is Christmas gift too.
And then
Kind of
here's a really good story. We played it for 2 weeks,
No.
if that,
No.
and then it got taken back because we were poor and we needed money. So then we went back to playing Sega Genesis,
Have you
and then I didn't get another console until I could afford to buy the Xbox 360 after mowing lawns for a whole summer.
I currently am in possession of an Xbox. It's either a 360 or a 1. That I think I just need a power cord? Question mark. How valuable
think
is that
I have a
without the
power
power
cord at the
cord?
house, but-
Like $80?
Huh?
If I were to sell it, $80? Not even that.
Probably not.
Little-
Probably get like 20, 30 bucks. I don't know.
So
Just depends on where you go. But yeah, you should probably keep it. Or you can donate it to a good cause.
I might think about that. Yeah. I mean, once again, if y'all can find the power cord, I've got GTA. I've never played it, but GTA like 2.
Series X.
Yeah.
The only one I don't have is the OG Xbox.
So, right,
I have
right,
an
right.
OG Xbox
Right.
in my shed, but it might be like one that you need to take apart and resolder on some capacitors
I-
and stuff.
Had an OG Xbox. It just stopped working. Power cord wouldn't work. It just was fried. Right. Then, which Xbox One came out like a while back, right? Am I crazy for saying 2016 or 17?
No, it's
Well, sooner than that.
2013.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
right,
because
right,
it was like
okay.
more like my freshman,
So-
not my freshman year, but like real close to
Right.
high school,
Right.
freshman year of high school.
So my first boyfriend ever, his best friend is on the Baylor League of Legends team. Yes, I found out that's a thing. He gives me this Xbox for free. Cool. Years later, I meet Lara and her kids. Money's a little tight. I've got this nice Xbox. I need money. Sold to him for $200. All 5 kids love the shit out of it for like, Anyways, now I've got this other Xbox that just came into my hands. My stepdad found it at a garage sale. And yeah, I've got some different games for it, but I'll bring it over here. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're
I
like
admire your schedule. We do this every Wednesday.
90% of Wednesdays.
Y'all are
during the
locked
month.
in. Y'all are friends.
It took us about a year to get to this level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was always like, oh, I can't do it this day, or I can't do it. I can't do
Adulting.
Yeah, well, no, so when I was going through my issues with the exchange, they put my old job. They gave me like, they were basically firing me, but they gave me 30 days
To like seek out.
absence. Well, paid leave basically.
Yeah, so they don't have to pay you,
To
yeah.
press. No, they paid me.
But I mean, like, it's not severance or like, it's not like.
Oh yeah. No, but they call it admin leave. Here's 30 days admin leave while we go through this investigation on your issues.
What was
right?
the bookie? Why were they doing that? Were
I
you
can't say
late?
it on stream.
Perfect. That's fine.
But anyways, yeah. So they gave me 30 days leave, and I was like, oh shit, I ain't got nothing to do. So I was like, well, might as well start getting my content up. So I
Yeah.
called Kong. Kong works from home, so I would go over to his house and we'd set up while he was working. So that way, when he got off of work, we could game at his house. He would do Apex Legends, and
Yeah.
he wanted to have more of a podcast set up. Versus this one, I was like I'm trying to like set up and get
He doesn't
everything
want film.
working. Right.
I feel it.
And so we would do that. We'd do Kong on Monday and like Tuesday, and then I'd come here, and then it became a real hassle to set up every day at Kong's house, and then tear down every day, and then come over here and set up every day and tear down every day. I was trying to find quick setups on how to do it.
It's also shit where it's like, can't leave it in your car.
Yeah.
Can't. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, or not wanting to leave it at somebody else's house because the next day I may have to go somewhere else and do it. Not having enough equipment, so building up equipment, taking down equipment.
It's just all around a lot.
Yeah. So now I have enough stuff that I leave the camera here, and the computer here, and this screen.
Yeah, I
Cameron,
was about to say,
Cameron
these
gave
fucking
me
door
that
locks
screen.
right here. Good.
Yeah. Oh no, everything slides over. He locks everything up.
Perfect.
So, we leave the game systems here. I don't have to worry about any of that.
It's so nice to have like family, friends, you know.
Yeah. So I leave it all here. I don't use that. I like using that, but I'll get me another one. It wasn't that expensive, and they're already like 7 generations in on the SF360.
Are you gonna
cameras,
sell
so.
that one or donate to charity? Because I'm charity. Just let me know whenever you make decisions. I would love to give you some cash for a working thing. Here's the thing: I need like a laptop and like and like there's so many things I need first. But just like, anyways, put that in the back of your head. Because if it was like tomorrow, you know what I mean. But if it's like
I have like
down the line and you're like,
I have like 15 other
yeah,
GoPros and stuff.
or
like
even
that.
if it's like a rent system or something, whatever.
Nah. I told you can use my Mark 50
Here's my biggest ick.
for a camera.
Here's my biggest ick about me, right? All these like creative outlets that I'm so capable of doing and like have access to help. But that's the part about it is like none of the equipment for those certain creatives I'm talking about are mine. And it is it's people's property and they work to have those things. And like even just yesterday I was talking about, you know, David Rush that works at Putters. I see we share locations. I see when he's home. I know I could just hit him up and be like, yo, teach me some DJ stuff tonight. I always talk about how I'd be the best DJ ever. What is stopping me from just going and like learning some stuff? Nothing. Me, not nothing.
Pretty much.
Right? With one of my favorite videos I took in college. Do you know who Lamech Russas is? He goes to
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all friends.
Okay, perfect. So we went to college together, right?
We've talked about this before, right?
Yeah, we went to college. Maybe we went to college together, and in college he had this nice lens for this camera, and I took a really great video that, you know, got me interested in cinematography, like videography and stuff like that. And
Oh, maybe we hadn't talked to. Maybe it's me.
and since then, I've just had a Canon T5 that has a spot on the lens, and no laptop to empty my photos. You know, I'm the, you know how in
Put them on your phone.
restaurant, you know how in restaurant terminology, bottleneck. Where's the bottleneck? And it's always
you.
expo line. Yeah, I'm
Bottleneck
not
is
cooking.
you.
Right, I know.
Because your phone can process everything just as good as your
Well, and
laptop
see, here's the
can.
thing. My phone has 7 gigabytes of space out of 256. And I just deleted. I spent an hour last night deleting. I've got like. Like, I understand that a phone is an asset, but when your phone is your laptop in your life, and like. You know what I mean? There's nowhere to empty out my space and start new. Okay.
$10. Memory card slot, Ethernet port, HDMI out, USB, thumb drive, whatever. Plugs
Right.
into the bottom of your phone. And phones are so powerful today.
Right,
You
I have
don't-
one
you
for an
don't need-
SD card to
you
just
don't- yeah.
import stuff.
But you don't need the storage on your phone. You can actually edit, plug your SD card in,
$10?
plug in your phone, and edit right off of it. Well, you already have, if you said you already have the SD card one, this one just allows me to
No,
plug
but
it
here's the
onto it.
thing. My SD cards are full. I'm saying my entire work, my entire life's work, I don't have a laptop. Anything I have is on like 2 SD cards.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm heavy and you know, but I'm saying those need to go somewhere. Onto something like that, I guess.
$8, 2 terabytes. That's,
Terabyte, that's what I need.
2 terabytes.
That's
This
what
one's 2
connect to your
terabytes.
phone, my phone.
Yeah. USB-C.
I just need a, well,
Are you iPhone?
yeah. It might, well, and see what I'm saying is like just because they connect doesn't maybe mean they memory. Maybe they do. Maybe everything's different. I haven't done it in a while.
It all works. I've found workarounds to everything, right?
Look at my,
Because your only limitation is yourself. Your only limitation is yourself.
my,
I found workarounds to everything.
guess how many?
This You know how hard it is to multi-stream for free?
Guess how many videos I have in my camera roll. Cameron, you take a guess. And I also do like photography and also don't have a laptop, and this is a 256 gigabyte phone, and it is pretty full. What do you guess my camera roll, just an average white lady, is at?
She's a white woman on Instagram. Bo Burnham.
How many's in yours? When you have a moment, will you check for me for this experiment?
Mine is fucking maxed.
What's yours at, Jacob?
It's
Because I feel like this is legitimately insane.
And mine's just lowered now because I started filming at 1080 instead of 4K.
What you got?
My storage is at 380 out of 5.
Gigabytes? You
Yeah,
have a
'cause
lot
I-
more. I'm
I
talking
do
about
have-
how many photos in your camera roll. Like numerical amount of individual photos.
I have 104 gigabytes of video and 22 gigabytes of photos.
Are you able to get that any smaller in the data? Like I'm saying, like you don't, like if you were to go to your camera roll, it wouldn't say blah, 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 number like of photos.
Maybe.
Your generic overall camera roll. It's okay if not. We're just working with different systems here.
Yeah, I don't know.
But... Okay, here's mine.
Well, it's under gallery.
Well, I'm in gallery, but it still doesn't tell me how many, like, individual
Cameron,
photos.
if you could figure it out.
Well, see, it says right there, you go to recent, so mine's like 1600.
Okay. That's a lot, actually. That's a lot.
Well, camera by itself is 1152, and I've taken stuff off. I haven't
Yeah,
saved
your
it.
recents is probably your overall.
Yeah.
Because that's saved, that's taken, that's...
In my camera, I have 2552 in a camera.
I guess
10,000.
39,494 photos. How many videos? Oh, what a great question. 6,899. Most of those are probably 10-second Snapchat clips, but like, you know, like,
Oh my God.
there are... Sorry, go ahead.
I caught it!
Yeah!
Yay!
We got him! We got his Zapdos!
Oh.
It only took us 3 days to fucking catch his
Oh
Zapdos.
my God.
Nice.
3 days and like 40 resets.
There's me.
Three
Here's me.
streams to catch this damn Zapdos.
It's my presence.
Oh my God, now we can finally go to the next thing.
Was it really just this one?
Yeah, because you only get one shot at it.
Right.
So we save before and then reset every time we don't catch him.
And they say he's the strongest one out of all the 3 legendaries.
Okay, T. Do you have any of the others?
No, this is the first one.
It's the first
Yeah.
Pokemon game we played.
Well, no, but we haven't got to any legendary birds
Oh, yeah.
yet. Zapdos is the first one you've seen. Alright, so you gotta walk through and see where I gotta go now. Son of a bitch.
Now I gotta reset this.
Yeah, reset all your shit.
Cameron, who are you? You said trash guy, cool,
Parts
solid
and service.
waste guy,
Parts and service for the trash.
and also a rock star, a father. What's like a funny fact that you would share in an icebreaker with a room full of strangers?
Well, that would be it. That I'm a musician because now since I have long hair, it's more noticeable now. But when I was
Dude, you look like. Dude, I walked in. There's a. There's a wig.
yeah, well, and then
It was just a matter of time before I figured out which instrument, but yeah, it gave. That.
yeah, well, yeah, I'm a guitar.
Let's
What,
say. Let's
what,
say.
what do you mean? A matter of time before which instrument?
Yeah, that's not even on my guitar. My other guitar's in the
There's
garage.
4 guitars right there.
The bubble wrap deceived me. I did notice the 2.
Yeah,
the
those
electric.
are-
There's
and
5 there.
I know the bubble wrap deceived me. The electric and the acoustic. I
Isn't
did
there
take
one
note
more
of.
on the wall?
There is with an ant. Yeah. Never Google it. Wait, so take that out of the equation though. You can't say music or your occupation. What's a fun fact? Jacob, you too. Like you can't say your main like, oh, I was in the, and you can't say I work at the. What would be your like fun fact? Mine would be I grew up next to George Bush
Why,
at
if you
his
wanna say
Western
famous-
White House.
If you want to say famous people,
No.
I grew up next to Billy Joe Schaefer.
Wait, that sounds so familiar. What
He's a
is?
country musician.
Oh, okay,
He
yeah.
was the one that shot the dude at Papa Joe's
Okay.
because he was messing with his son. He shot him.
Okay,
He
let's
got
say-
off.
Wait.
Goes on Key West?
No, the one that's right there in 35 on Marina. I think that's Papa Joe's. Isn't it?
I know what you're talking about. Past that, yeah. I used to live in on Southwinds, Lorena. Wait, Jacob. Okay, you name a famous encounter if you have one, and if not, let's take away the famous people. I'm talking about us. I'm saying a fun fact. But do you have any famous encounters?
No.
No famous encounters ever in your life?
Not a ton.
Tell me.
I like rag.
You what?
I like
Yeah,
rag.
Okay, I'll keep going then. Missy Pyle. Met her at Torchy's. And I hit on her brother, but whatever. Okay. What's a fun fact? No famous people, no music, no occupation. What would mine be? Ooh, here's my fun fact. I'm getting fun, guys. I'm getting fun and funky, okay? I swear to God, one time when I was a kid, I levitated.
Well, if you want to go that way, yeah, I used to have nightmares really bad at the house I lived at, and then when I found out that someone was murdered in that house, and they were haunting me in my dreams.
Right. And then it's like,
ever since I moved away from that house, I never had those nightmares again.
right.
So
That's really, I'm actually super glad that you got some clarity as to why the vibes are so bad.
And now I keep hearing somebody whisper to me while I was walking around outside, and they would keep whispering my name, and there would be nobody around.
So, I live out in
That's
Crawford.
weird.
I live out in Crawford. And no, it's so normal. And here's the thing, you were able to connect to that just because you're a little bit more clairvoyant than others. And anyways, I live out in Crawford. That's how I was next to George Bush, whatever. We got some land. And yeah, it's been fun over the years to go out there and like, you know, on 420 take some mushrooms or, you know, whatever. It's like a unwritten rule though. We need to get up out of there like when the sun's going down. Not because of bad vibes. It's no. Whoa, this took a hard turn. Yes, they're all racist. But that is
You
not,
are Southern Baptist. That's
Yeah,
exactly.
no, yes, they're all racist. That's not what I'm talking about. I was talking about the indigenous people that used to live on the lands out there. Like Tonkawa Falls is in Crawford, right? Okay, that was a drive. We definitely had people living on ours. We have like an arrowhead mound, and we also have there's like this ancient stove-looking thing that we just discovered like a couple years ago, which is crazy. All we had to do was like
Man, you just.
no, that's what I'm saying. We just discovered a couple years ago. Anyways, after dark though, it's just like, let's respect the land. It's not ours. Well, one year, me and this newfound friend within the past year, you know, that I trusted enough. Let's go take some mushrooms on 420, whatever. Anyways, vibes got weird before dark went down. I'm saying he's playing music that's like heavy trance, where it's like we're on a mission we'll never complete. By the way, we're in my land, having a chill, you know, whatever. Already weird a little bit right when like the sun was going down. We start hearing people talking.
You can go. No,
We start hearing people talking in the woods from the direction like it's not possible for people to be there because that's George Bush's land right there, and like
you know he sold that a couple years ago, right?
no, he still has Secret Service out there. Who's there then? Because he still has Secret Service out there.
He's still. There was a
Is he
but he sold,
Airbnb-ing it? Because I'm saying
I
he
don't know what's
still
going
is.
on, but I know he sold a lot of the ranch.
Well, he probably
Not
sold
all
off his.
the
He
ranch.
probably sold off his apple orchard. He has a tree farm out there that looks like shit. Like I'm saying, they definitely still have a guy who sits there at the gate every day.
Oh,
Right.
100%.
And my cousins live in
I
the
think that was
Secret
part of
Service.
I think that was part of the contract.
The Secret Service, whatever. But anyways, this is one of those things where like these people start talking in the woods, and I'm not scared, but I'm just like, it's like when your mom tells you to do something in stern voice.
I'm listening.
It was like a one and done. These people talked in the woods, and I said we need to go.
So,
Not scary.
speaking of, vibes and
I'm about to go
everything
smoke a
else.
cigarette. Continue.
I have like multiple stories on this. Are you gonna drink these? Would you like to
Those
drink
aren't mine.
these? No, I saved these for you. 'cause
Yeah.
I'm a whole bottle of tequila.
Yeah,
And I know
absolutely.
You don't really like tequila.
I don't. Yeah, I'll throw it. Yeah, I'll take one. I'm about to go smoke a cigarette.
But anyways, yeah. So, starting from like the first memories that I have, my uncle. I guess my family's always been into like native witchcraft. I guess if that's what you want to call it. My uncle.
Which native? Are we talking like Mexican? Or are we talking like pagan? Or are we talking like which native do you mean? Because I feel like Mexican witchcraft has like a slightly different culture than maybe like white people witchcraft. Which part of your family are you talking about?
And see, I would say not.
Okay.
I would say white people witchcraft is a little more appropriated and glamorized, but it comes from the same.
Current today white people, yes.
Yeah, but it comes from the same.
But if we're talking like Salem, which they're more up y'all's alley than not. But yeah.
This is what we're out.
Anyways.
So, yeah. So my uncle was on my chest. Kind of raised me as a man. Anyways, used to hear a crying baby outside his window, which is the corner house next to my house. As a kid, always hear it, and that's all. And it was always the devil's hour, like 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
The witching hour. I tell people Kodak gets crazy at that time.
Yeah, and he would always wake up around that time, 3:10, 3:15, 3:20, and there's always a baby crying outside his window. The devil trying to get him. My uncle was the best man I knew, but he wasn't
Easy victim.
the greatest man, right? So like he did some shady shit.
Yeah, that's why he's great.
I like to.
That's why he's great.
Yeah.
My uncle, yeah.
You know, try to live up to that. But anyways, yeah. So there was always that. So then, after he passed away, I noticed anywhere that I slept, I would always wake up at the witching hour. And there would always be some noise. Sometimes it'd be a kid crying, a woman screaming, just something would wake me up between the witching hour.
Yeah.
And then I hear it, and I'd be like, did any of y'all hear that? And nobody would hear anything. So it followed me around for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, then I dated this witch. She's South African and Nigerian. And I actually moved her in the house. And she was like, I'm not into black magic or anything like that, blah, 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 whatever. And like these two stories just kind of conjoin into the whole reason I believe in witchery and everything like that.
Well, that's real.
So yeah, so she moved in and she was like, "Oh yeah, no, I don't do black magic. I believe in everything like that, blah blah blah." And of course, like, she's South African or not South. She's Russian and Nigerian. So completely, she's only been in the States for like 2 years, so she's completely foreign. And practicing magic, doing the sage burn, all this other stuff. And at the end of it, like, I ended up having to kick her out. And I kicked her out, and we were cleaning up her room, and I find this notebook. I'm just like witching spells and like my hair and pieces of my clothes and stuff, like trying to go against me. Well, the last month that she was living in my house, she started getting sick and doing and like other things.
Return to center, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. So come to find out, after like my mom did everything and like we got her out of the house, mom was like, yeah, my grandma used to take me to the curandero, the Mexican witch doctor. Like for the first 3 years of my life, every week she just run down there and like
Right.
throw blessings on me. And like I'm the only child she ever did that to, and I was like, damn, I had so much bad energy on me that my grandma was like, that motherfucker is gonna get into some shit.
Thank God.
We need to protect him.
Thank God.
She felt it from day one, and so I have like basically this Uno reverse card on me. So she was putting these spells on me, and then they were getting sent back to her because my grandma had protected me so much that basically Uno reverse card. They were making her sick in a way that's going to make me sick.
Here is finding a notebook full of like with like your hair and
The
like
incantations.
so here's what I'll say. And here's my relationship with any of this, which I feel like I've actually really not talked too much about directly. The people who I maybe participate in any of this with, it's an unspoken, it's a positive overtone, right? So when it comes to like people's hair, writing down people's names,
Moon water.
mantras of people, right. I think that is no longer it's just like with manifestation or with prayer. I'm gonna sidebar really quick. A lot of Christians think that manifestation is evil, and it's actually, in my opinion, the same thing as prayer. And it's just
100%.
everybody asking to their whatever for whatever. And
Yeah.
here's my opinion on that. And the simplest, like, you would never ask for bad onto people from this great good that you're asking, right? In my opinion. Now, carry that over to what we're currently talking about. I fully root on people's quote-unquote witchiness when it is in line with the love and the nature that is already... I'm saying, like, putting people's hair, names, whatever, that feels like...
This is dark magic. Black
It's
magic.
dark magic. It's a manipulation of people's fates, is what that's trying to do. Is a manipulate. Right. Here's what I've done. I've blown cinnamon in my door on the first. Every time the month starts over, I blow cinnamon in my door at the first. I want some money, you know. I will sage if I have sage. I'm not purchasing sage because it's all pretty much purchased in a very bad. It's a very bad economy.
Yeah.
Whatever. The other day, after that man really put some buki in my life, right? My neighbor, we did this little thing where I picked some stones that I knew what they were for: protection, love, harmony, family, all uplifting, positive things. And I lit a little candle, and you know, I wrote down what I'd like year from now me to have, and it was like, I wrote down like 80,000 things on this little bay leaf, and I've lit it. You know, I'm saying that was probably the witchiest thing I've ever done in my life. It was with positive intentions that had no effect from others, and it was not in any way disputing the story of what I think my God has in store for me anyways. It was more of a connect with it, feel it type thing. Second, you're getting hair and like toenails or like
So what's crazy is
that was startling to find, I'm sure.
is I don't think any of that matters. Period. Hair, toenails, whatever, like intention, whatever.
Sure.
For me, I had an epiphany the other day. Have you ever heard? I think it's a Christian guy prominently talk about the difference between knowing and believing, and he brings up Michael Jordan. Somebody who knows Michael Jordan versus somebody who talks about Michael Jordan, right? And he's a prominent preacher or whatever, but he says, all right, so you have a fan of Michael Jordan, somebody who believes in Michael Jordan, somebody who believes that he's the greatest player of all time. He's gonna come up to you and be like, oh, you know Michael Jordan? Yeah, did you know that he won this many games? Did you know that his free throw points are this? Did you know like this and that? He's gonna talk about all of Michael
They
Jordan's
don't know
stats,
him, though.
right? But they don't know him. Whereas somebody who personally knows Michael Jordan's gonna be like, I mean, yeah, he does that, but like Michael Jordan's my friend, like.
They could be saying the exact same thing.
Yeah, but knowing somebody and
do you
believing
know
is
him?
different,
No.
right?
Yeah,
Exactly. You know, and so that's his description of it. And so he's like, okay, there are people that believe in Christ, and there are
Right.
people that know Christ, and the people that know Christ don't talk about him the same way, right? And so like it kind of made sense to me, but it never like really clicked until, and this goes back to manifestation and other stuff like that, to where everything that I've known, like just in my head, in my heart, I'm like, I'm gonna get this job, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get this car, no matter what, has, like, if I've known, like, that's gonna be in my possession, has happened. The last car that I got, the 240 with the front end off that you saw at the house, the most recent car that I got, I was like, I know I'm getting that car. And then before Mike left, he was like, oh yeah, if you want it, just come pick it up. I'm not going to charge you for it or anything like that. Like, he's going to charge me $800 for it in the beginning. And then he didn't. And he was just like, and I'm like, man, within 6 months of me finding out that he had that car and I wanted it, I just knew that I was going to have that car in my possession. And 6 months later, like, there it is, in my possession, no money. All I had to do was drive a trailer down there and pick it up. Like,
Okay, right. And that-
manifestation and knowing.
Right. So
But
they're back to the original people who believe in Christ, who know Christ. It's the difference between hope and faith.
Yeah, we're on C4 now.
go for it.
It's the difference between hope and faith. Faith is the belief that no matter what, it'll always come through. Hope is the belief that it should because of your good works or whatever, right? Or whatever. Right, and then you segued into what'd you segue into right after that? Talking about the whole thing you just talked about.
But just knowing and believing
Oh, okay.
manifestation.
I knew I'd get this car. I would like to think, though, that also people's faith and hope are tested by their reality of surroundings. You knew you were going to get that car, regardless of the cool stuff that happened at the time where it was free. You said you wanted that car,
Yeah.
and it was a goal, and you were going to get that car without the help of others.
Yeah.
And then something cool happened. Some people,
So I think the manifestation
right? No.
is the
Yeah.
cool stuff that
Yeah,
happens.
right. I'm saying, like, every time
Because
Cambry and I pull into a parking lot.
even though that I couldn't afford it, and I knew that like there was no way I was gonna get that car on my own. Married at the time, like it was gonna be a miracle.
Right.
It's what I say.
But you were avidly working towards it.
yeah.
Part of
No.
you saying I'm gonna get that car though was determination of maybe not right now, but I will, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Some people don't have anything going for them. They can't even set the goal. Right? They can't even, like, you were determined no matter what at
No.
some point.
No.
Okay.
So that's something. So that's where the manifestation comes into process. It is. I'm losing the highest paying job that I ever had. My money just basically cut in half.
Yeah.
I basically moved back into my parents' house. Like everything is going downhill for me, and I know that I cannot
Right.
afford to buy this
Right.
car at all, right? And I know that there's no way in hell that,
Yeah.
but because I know what it is, I just, in my head, I'm like, delusion. It's the delusion of
Was
I
it delusion or
know.
was it that it's worked out before?
To me, it's manifestation. It's just
Right,
like,
right. So, and we're on the same page. What I was getting at, we were talking about like, right. We were talking about witchcraft
yeah.
originally. By the way, I'd
And that's what
love
I'm
to
trying
get.
to
I'd
bring-
love
that's
to
what
get
I'm
back.
trying to bring
But what I'm saying is like
manifestation back into it.
some people though,
Well, I still I
there's
still haven't
there's
figured
not
it out.
enough from their surroundings that they have.
And that's where I say knowing.
They
and
can't
believing
even
is-
ask.
No, but that's where I know. That's where knowing and believing is different.
Right.
And consciously,
Right.
this is where you're coming from. It's consciously, because I still fuck it up all the time.
No, yeah, same.
I could be like.
By the way, I've always been a
I have-
believer though.
I have
before we get
I
to
have
where
all
I've
the,
come
I have
from.
all the willpower in my brain to be like, I can tell myself, I know I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, that's not where I'm
Right?
coming from.
I had 3 interviews with Verizon. Like that was supposed to be my next job, so I can leave this piece of shit job that I'm at right now.
Hold on, but we're getting back to.
But no, this is where I'm saying like I can have the background of knowing that things are gonna work out for me if
Right.
I
Yeah. What I'm
If I-
getting
but
at
if
is,
I know,
what about the
but
people who have never experienced
if-
any kind of encouragement ever?
but if I believe, it doesn't matter.
Right,
I
right.
have to know.
Right. What about the people? Because I'm talking in general. We're not talking about me and you. Me and you are believers and knowers. I'm talking about people who just have never had any source of encouragement. You know how it's right there within. I call